Hey everyone, it's Tina from Tina's Crafty Crochet, and I was requested a calla lily, and I searched all the free pattern sites online, and I really couldn't find one that used worsted weight yarn that I like, so I found a free hat pattern on Ravelry.com, and it had a trio of calla lilies done in crochet thread. And I made one up with my worsted weight yarn. I used Red Heart and Aran and Pumpkin. And this is what the finished product looks like. And I am going to try to show you how to do this. Okay, the pattern says you start with a magic ring. So we're going to take the short end of whatever your main color for your petals going to be, and we're going to wrap it and then cross over and hold it with our pinky. I'm using a 5mm H hook, and I'm going to go underneath this one and hook the second one and pull up a loop, and then it says to chain 3, and that'll count as your first double crochet. I don't particularly like doing it that way, so I'm going to chain 2, and that will not count as a stitch. And then we're going to need 12 double crochets in the ring. So we have our ring and our tail, and we're going to yarn over and go into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So that is technically 1. And I'm going to do 11 more. And as you go around the magic ring, you can tighten it and, make sure your stitches are all together. And the more stitches you get in it, the easier it becomes to work with. So I'm going to finish this up, and I will be back and show you how I join it. Okay, I am just now finishing up my 12th double crochet, and it looks a little wonky, and you're like, how's that going to make a circle? Well, all you do is take your tail and you just pull and tighten it, just like this, and you will tighten it right up. And we're going to skip the chain 2, and we're just going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. So you yarn over, and then you pull through, and then pull through again, just like that. And that is round 1. And the pattern says every chain 3 at the beginning is a double crochet, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to chain 2, and then I will do a double crochet. So we are chaining 2 and going into that same stitch that the chain 2 is coming out of, and putting 2 double crochet. And then the pattern for round 2 says put 2 in each stitch around. So if we had 12, we need 24. So we're increasing. This is the normal stitch, the 1, and then we're putting an extra one in there to form an increase. And each stitch will have an increase in it. So we're going right into the same stitch, and you should have 24 when you get back and get ready to join. So let's keep going. Okay, I will meet you back when we're ready to join. Okay, I'm down to the last stitch, and as you can see, we're going to go in and put 2 double crochet here, and then we're going to skip the chain 2 and go into that first double crochet under both the loops, pull through again. So this is round 1 and 2, and round 3 we are going to start doing a little something different. We're going to start making the holy part of the petal. So we are going to put 2 double crochet into this first stitch. And then we're going to do 2 double crochet, crochet in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to here. We're going to put 2. So that's 14. And here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, now the next set instruction says chain 2, so we're just going to chain 2, and then it says 8 double crochet with chain 2 between them into the next 8 stitches. So what that means is we are going to double crochet and then chain 2, and that's 1, and then go into this one, double crochet, chain 2, and then we're going to go into the next one and double crochet and chain 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're halfway there. This is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we are going to chain 2, excuse me, and 2 double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, and now we are going to slip stitch to join. And move on to round 4. And we are going to put 2 double crochet into this first stitch, like every other round before. And then we are going to double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochet in the next. This repeat we will do 6 times. So that's 6 times 3, that'll be 18 stitches. So that was 1. This is the second repeat. Put 2 in the next one here. 1. Oop. And we'll put 2 in this one. 1, 2. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3 repeats. So we're halfway there. So this will be the 4th one. 2 in this stitch. Alright, and this is the 5th one. 1 in the first. And 2 in the second. And this is the 6th one. Okay, now I'm going to count them and double check. So these first 2 stitches don't count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Exactly. Whoa, I'm sorry about that. I hit the camera. The next direction says to double crochet in the next stitch. And then chain 2. And then a double crochet, 2 double crochet with a chain 2 between them in the next 8 stitches. So we are going to go double crochet, chain 2. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We are going to go 2 double crochets, and then a chain 2, and we're going into the next stitch. And then chain 2, and you'll skip the chain 2 space and put 2 double crochets into the top of the double crochet from the last row, and then we'll do a chain 2, and then we will put 2 double crochets into the top of this one, and then a chain 2, and 2 double crochets into the top of this one, and then a chain 2, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. This is 7. Oops. And this is 8. Okay. And then we are to do the double crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next pattern 8 more times. So let's make sure we have 8 of these again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double crochet, and then 2 here. So that's 1 and 1 here and 2 here. So this makes 2 repeats, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, six, oh, I skipped the stitch. 7, and then this is 8, and that's exactly what it says, and it says slip stitch to join, but we would have this spot here, so I just went ahead and added another pattern, and then a slip stitch here into the top of this one and end the round. Now this is what it looks like. It's starting to waffle and everything, and we are on the 5th and final round, and we will make 2 double crochets into this first stitch, if I can get my yarn to cooperate with me. It's 1 and 2. Okay, and then we're going to double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then 2 into this one. So we're going in a 3-stitch pattern, and it's single stitch, increase. So, and we are going to do that 6 times. So again, that's another 18 stitches. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm sorry, that is 24 stitches, not 18. 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to go 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And this is 21, 22, 23, and 24. And hang on a second, I need a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, now the pattern calls for a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So let's just put those in there. Okay, and then we have another pattern. We're going to put 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and then a double crochet in these 2. So we're going to repeat this 3 times. So that's 3, 4, 5 stitches times 3 would be 15. Okay, so we're going to go right here through the hole in the chain, pull up a loop, do our double crochet, and we're going to do that 3 times. And then we're going to make sure we get into the top of this first double crochet. Sometimes it can be hidden when you crochet around the chain. So that makes 5 stitches. We're going to do this again. 1, 2, 3. And you just gonna make sure you pull that over so you can see the hole in the top of that stitch. And double crochet into that. Okay, so that makes 2 repeats. And we're going to do this again. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to pull that over and get down in that hole. And there we go. And now it wants us to do a treble, a double treble, a picket, a double treble, and a treble all into the central chain 2 space. So we're going to, it's kind of off-centered because one side of the petal is a little larger than the other, but that's because you wrap it. So we're going to go ahead and put it into this one. And a treble is you wrap your hook twice. You go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then pull through 2 again, and pull through 2 again. That is a treble. It's a slightly taller stitch. A double treble, you will wrap 3 times. And we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And that's an even taller stitch. You see the difference? And now we're going to go back down to a treble again. So we yarn over twice, go back into the same spot, and just yarn over and pull through 2 at a time. And then, okay, I messed up. We got to go back to our double treble because we have to do our picket at the top of it, or however you pronounce it. And that is a chain 3. And then you're going to slip stitch into your first chain. And that makes your little point at the top. Now we're going to do a treble. A double treble. I will get it in a second. And then we're going to do a treble. And we are going to now go straight into our pattern again, and we are going to double crochet into each of these next 2 double crochets, and then we're going to put 3 double crochets in this chain 2 space. And we are going to do this a total of 5 times. So that is 1, 2, and then we're going to put 3 here. And this is the 3rd repeat. And then this will be the 4th repeat. And is that 3? Yes. And this is the last repeat. Okay, and now we are going to double crochet in the next 2 and 2 in the next one, just like the first part of the pattern. And we're going to repeat this 8 times or until we get to the end. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a 4-stitch repeat. So that would be 32 if we're doing it 8 times. So it's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, we are going to slip stitch this together, and I'm going to cut a pretty good length so I can use it to sew it together with. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and yarn over and pull that straight through, pull that whole tail through to lock that into place. And then you're going to flip it upside down like that. And this is going to be the inside. The back will be the inside of your flower, and then the outside will be your pretty stitch work, like so. And now we're going to make the stamen, which is 15 rounds, and we are going to start and chain 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to double crochet into the 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go into the back hump. And then double crochet into each remaining stitch. I'm going to finish this and I'll meet you up at the end. Okay, I'm at the end and we are going to chain 3, and we are going to do rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 just like this. We are going to chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, and then every stitch across, and then turn, chain 3, and do that until you have a total of 5 double crochet rows. You do that off camera and I will be back. Okay, I'm still on my second row. I want to remind you, make sure you go through the top of the chain 3 for a double crochet, because that is a stitch, and then you'll chain 3 and turn and keep going, and I'll meet you back here when I have 5 rows. Okay, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of double crochet, and I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and this counts as a single crochet. Your chain 1 does. And so we are going to single crochet 2 together. So we're going to go into our next stitch, pull up, and then we're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up, and we have 3 loops. We're going to yarn over and pull through 1, and then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and all the way into the last 2 stitches, and this chain here is a stitch, and this is a stitch. So now we're going to go through and we're going to single crochet 2 together here as well. We're going to go through the turning chain, and we are going to chain 1, and we're going to keep repeating this until we only have 1 loop left on our hook. So we're going to go in and we're going to single crochet 2 together, and it looks like we are going to crochet this one in a single, and then we're going to single crochet these 2 together, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet these 2 together, and then chain 1, and that is it. And cut a pretty good length of this, because that is all you do, is you just bring it up to a point. And just like with the flower petal, I'm going to just take, and I've already chained 1. I'm just going to pull that straight through. And now to put this together,